How you doing? This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. 36 are dead in the Oakland Ghostship warehouse fire. And the question is, who's to blame? As this morning, firefighters stopped searching because it was too dangerous to go in there. And you have to applaud those firefighters. They literally went in with buckets and formed a line and handed out debris in the buckets to take to nearby dump trucks because they didn't want to disturb the remains of the dead. But the living are at fault here. The concert promoter who whined on Facebook that he'd lost everything and didn't say a word about the victims, whose children have head lice, who took his wife out of a care facility in Oregon when she should have stayed in, gotten clean. The owner of the warehouse who did nothing and whose daughter claimed that no one lived there when it was an open secret that people were living in there illegally, and who charged $500 a month rent for the warehouse. And the promoter was charging people $700 a month to live there. They didn't live there long because it wasn't safe. It wasn't safe for people to live in. It wasn't safe for people to stay in. And then we have the complacent city official who said we got complaints about the place for years, but who did nothing. The city inspectors who showed up and went away when they couldn't gain access to the property, and I guess they never went back. So from the top down, from City Hall to complacent officials to complacent landlords, we have what might be considered a criminal conspiracy here. But the question is, will the criminals ever get charged? And then a YouTube creator does a video where she blames all of this on gentrification and white people. And some of the most racist comments I've ever seen were in her comment thread. This is not the fault of white people. This is the fault of cities that are allowed to decay by complacent, successive administrations. This is the fault where people don't have affordable places to live. They're forced to live in warehouses that are dangerous. Gentrification is going to happen no matter where you live. In Washington, D.C., they gentrified Georgetown at one time. In San Francisco, they're gentrifying places. And yes, it is putting some people out. But as property values rise, people are going to buy up distressed properties and properties cheap and fix them up and either sell them or live in them. That's a fact of life. And as the areas get gentrified, people move away. The people in Oakland have moved to Pittsburgh and Antioch. But Latinos have taken over for the Fruitvale area where this fire has happened, and other areas in Oakland. They're moving in as others are moving out. You can't blame this on white people or black people or brown people or yellow people. But you can blame it on the people of Oakland who allow these kinds of tragedies to happen, and the people of this country who see these fires. It gets on the news for a few days and is forgotten. We don't learn the lessons and we do nothing. And like William Holden said in The Towering Inferno, you know, there's nothing any of us can do to bring back the dead. All I can do now is pray to God that he can stop this from ever happening again. Well, God's going to need some help in this case. as the search continues, and more bodies will probably be found. I've posted the pictures of concert promoter, and other victims of this fire. And I pray that the people of Alameda County and the city of Oakland will do something to ensure this doesn't happen again. And I also call on the San Francisco Giants, San Jose Giants, the San Jose Sharks, and the San Francisco 49ers, even though they're now based in Santa Clara, to donate to the relief fund for the victims of this tragedy and their families, because they have to pay to bury these people. And that can be ungodly expensive. All right, this is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a good evening. Stay safe out there. And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.